Thank you for sharing your thoughts, second grade. I'd love to hear what you think. I found that their whole day was very interesting. I loved how they were going to lots of different places. And as somebody who doesn't get to do that most Saturdays, I find that really exciting. And I kind of wish I could do that on my Saturdays as well. At the beginning of this lesson, I told you we were going to be thinking about characters in our story and the challenges that they face. One type of challenge that characters face, you and I also face, is when they want something, but something else is standing in the way of what they want. For example, right now, I want more than anything to go on a run, but I hurt my knee, and so the pain in my knee is a challenge that's stopping me from getting what I want. I'm sure you face challenges where there are things that you want, but something or someone is standing in your way. The characters in our stories also face those kinds of challenges, and we can use a very familiar strategy to help us think about those types of challenges. You might remember using a somebody wanted but so then chart. We often use this chart as a way to retell stories, or we can also use this chart to help us think deeply about our characters and how they face the challenge of wanting something, but there's something standing in their way. To do this work, we ask ourselves 3 questions. First, what does the character want? Second, what is stopping them from getting it? That's the challenge. And then third, what do they do to overcome the challenge? Today I'm going to teach you how to use this chart to help you do this thinking work with your character.
I'm going to show you how to do this work using our book that we just read, Saturday. The first thing I'm going to do in my reading notebook is to make a somebody wanted chart. I can just make a really big rectangle like this in my reader's notebook. And then I write somebody wanted but so then. Now I have my somebody wanted but so then chart and I'm ready to do my thinking. So the first question I ask myself is, what does the character want? Right? So my character, the main character in my story was Ava. So I'm going to put Ava's name right here, Ava. What did Ava want? Ava wanted to have the perfect Saturday with her mother. So I'm going to put that in my next part. Ava wanted to have a perfect Saturday with her mom. Okay, so listen to that. What did Ava want? Ava wanted to have a perfect Saturday with her mom. So then I asked myself my next question. What is stopping her from getting it? So what is the challenge that she's facing that's stopping her from getting her perfect Saturday? Well, things keep going wrong, don't they? There's a whole list of things. I could list every single one, or I can summarize it, or I can put it in a sentence that just says, but things keep going wrong. And that's what I'm going to put on my chart so that I don't have to list everything. So what was standing in her way? What was stopping her? But things keep going wrong. Okay. So Ava wanted to have the perfect Saturday with her mom, but things keep going wrong. So then my next question that I'm asking is, what does she do to overcome the challenge? So what does she do? So she takes a deep breath. Well, she closes her eyes and takes a deep breath. In fact, I think she said she lets out a deep breath, doesn't she? So I want to make sure that I'm being correct to this story. She lets out a deep breath. And so then what happened at the end? Well, then she and her mom had their own puppet show, right? Then she and her mom had their own puppet show. So now I'm going to go back and think, did I answer my own questions? What did Ava want? Ava wanted to have a perfect Saturday with her mom. What was keeping her from getting it? But things kept going wrong. So what did she do to overcome the challenge? So she closes her eyes and lets out a deep breath. Then she and her mom had their own puppet show. Do you see how I can think deeply about the character of Ava by thinking, what was something she wanted? What challenge did she face that kept her from getting it? And what did she do to overcome her challenge? That's how you can use the somebody wanted but so then to help you think deeply about your characters.
Okay, second grade, it's your turn to try this out on your own. Here's your job for today. First, I want you to create a new somebody wanted but so then chart in your reader's notebook. Use this picture as an example. Then I want you to read Henry and Mudge. You can find that story in your Journeys 2.1 textbook, but if you don't have your Journeys textbook at home, it'll be the next slide on this Nearpod. As you read, I want you to think, what does Henry want? What is stopping him from getting it? And what does he do to overcome his challenge? As you do that, I want you to fill out your somebody wanted but so then chart to show your thinking. If you get finished with all of this and you still have time for some other independent reading, I want you to make sure that you are reading fiction books so that you can continue to practice this work. You could try it with other reading books that you have. Maybe your character doesn't want something, but they're facing a different kind of challenge, and they have to make choices to overcome that type of challenge. That's okay too. The important thing is that you're thinking deeply about your characters, the challenges they face, and what they do to overcome. All right, you've got your job. Head off and read, and come back to here to reflect on the lesson when you're finished. Have fun, readers!